All right. All righty then. I don't know who says that. Somebody says that. All right. So before we begin, number 171 YouTube Live yoga routine. I want to share a story that I shared yesterday at an interfaith workshop. I think it was for Thanksgiving. And I shared the chronic story of Abraham's reversion, where Abraham reverted to the innate feeling of being one with God. And this is in the Quran, that God instilled in all humans this innate feeling of wanting to be one with God. Of course, it's covered up, but once you get rid of all those barriers that prevent this oneness, you become one with God. And Abraham did this through the process of elimination. Now, yesterday when I read this, I just read it. I didn't explain it. That's up to the person that's listening to take away what they need to take away, because it was more of a worship service. So I just read it yesterday, and I didn't go in depth. And this is Abraham's reversion story of going back to that innate feeling of being one with God. And again, he did this through the process of elimination. And this is his story. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Chapter 6, verse 74 to 79. Abraham said to his father Azar, "Do you take idols for deities? I see you and your people in evident error." And so we showed Abraham the empire of the heavens and the earth, so he would be one of the certain. Then when night fell over him, he saw a star. He said, "This is my Lord." But then when it set, he said, "I do not love what goes down." Then when he saw the moon rising, he said, "This is my Lord." But when it set, he said, "If my Lord does not guide me, I will be among the people who err." Then when he saw the sun rising, he said, "This is my Lord, this is greatest." But then when it set, he said, "O my people, I am innocent of your idolatry. I have turned my face to the one who created the heavens and the earth in true devotion. I am not an idolater." And that is Abraham's reversion story, where he returns back to that innate feeling of wanting to be one with God. And this is how he did it, through the process of elimination. And this doesn't seem like it at first glance, but it's yoga. It's yoga 101. Abraham is a yogi here. The chronic Abraham is a yogi, because he's returning back to the oneness of God through the process of elimination. And that's what we're doing on the yoga mat. We're doing what Abraham did. For example, he saw a star and he thought, "I don't love what goes down." Knocked it out. That's a barrier. Then he saw the moon and he said, "It doesn't guide me." Knocked it out. That's a barrier. Then he saw the sun and he thought, "Whoa, this is greatest." But when he saw it set, he said, and then he said, "You know what? I'm going to be one with God who created the creation. And he's going to do it as a true monotheist, because he's not an idolater, polytheist." That is how he did it. And that is the process of elimination that we're doing on the yoga mat. Same exact thing. We're getting rid of the barriers that prevent the mind and body from becoming one. So when you're in a yoga pose, for example, when you're having judgment that you can't do it, or even if you're thinking, man, I'm doing this perfectly, all judgment, get rid of that. Just like Abraham, get rid of it. Controlling the pose. Nope, just settle in the pose, accept, and let the mind and body become one. When that mind and body becomes one, you tap into oneness. And this is a process that we're learning on the yoga mat. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're doing the same exact thing. You're one. And if you believe in God, you're one with God. And that's how you're living your life. And if you don't believe in God, you don't have to believe in God. I don't care. You still can become one with the higher self. And that is what we're learning on yoga mat. And that is what Abraham did. The chronic Abraham was a yogi. Okay, so I don't have my glasses on. I have a clock right here. I'm moving up. I have contacts. I have like 4 or 5 pair. Just get lazy sometimes. I don't like putting them in. I gotta go like this, and then I just get the solution and get all the stuff off and do it again and pop it in my eye, and it doesn't work. I gotta get it out and do it again. I feel like messing with that sometimes. So I wear my glasses because I can't see. But I can see good enough. If I go like that, I can see. It's 5:36, and the dog just barked. So I thought it was 5:40 something because he usually barks around 5:43. But he's been barking around 5:49 actually. Anyway, so we're going to do 2 sun salutations with variations. So we're going to begin in the mountain pose. And then we're going to do 2 sun salutations and then end with the mountain pose. Now, I just thought about it. I just read that, saluting the sun. Abraham just like, hey, I don't worship the sun. I worship the Creator who created the sun. And when you're doing yoga, I'm not worshiping the sun, because the sun is the creation by the Creator, in my belief. But I am becoming one of the creation that is following God. And this is Quranic, and I just thought of this, so it's going to be totally messed up on how I explain it. But in the Quran, you submit to God. Everything submits to God, willingly or unwillingly. This is in the Quran. So you are one with the sun in the sense that you're a creation just like the sun. And we're all just submitting to God, willingly or unwillingly. And then when you realize that, boom, you tap into oneness and you become one with God. I know it's a whole different mindset. You got to get rid of it. You got to unravel everything you've been thinking to understand this oneness with God. And that's a difficult thing to do. And if you don't want to unravel it, don't. If you just want to stretch, just stretch. If you just want to do some yoga and say, shut up, Charlie. You're going, woo, you're going, woo, woo. Then just stretch, man. You don't have to do it. You don't have to believe what I'm saying. I'm just sharing some stuff that I think I should share. And tomorrow I might not even believe what I just said. That's right. I might not. My mind changes all the time. All the time, every day. It's called growth. Well, sometimes it's not growth. It feels like you're going down, but that's still part of the growth. Life is not, it's up and down. And then one day, boop, you're one with God. All right, so shoulder width apart, feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Neck is relaxed. And you're going to lengthen up. So I was going to call it a tree. No, in the mount pose, you lengthen up, and then you let the bones set on top of each other. And you let the skeleton stand, as if you were just your skeleton. Think of nothing else but the breathing. So all your focus goes right to the breathing. Remember, you're already breathing automatically. So you're using that as a focus point. You're just going to watch yourself breathe. Don't control the breathing. Just watch it. And you do that by focusing on the belly. As you inhale, exhale, the belly goes out. And then just watch that. Or you bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. Think of nothing else. And that is the link that allows the mind and body to become one. Because when you're focused on the breathing, 100% focused on the breathing, judgment cannot come in, control cannot come in. You're just watching it. And that allows the mind and body to become one. And it also heightens your awareness. So it lets you know what's going on in the body. It lets you feel the stretching. It lets you know what is happening maybe in the lower back, you have an issue. Or the knee, you have an issue. You're aware of those things, but you're not focused on those things. And that is the mindset that you're learning. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're in the so-called real world. You're aware of your so-called problems, just for an example, but you're not your so-called problems. So bring the palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale slowly. And then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. And we're just going to fall into ragdoll. So think of the lower back just for a second, and then release the tension in the lower back. The arms are dangling. The head is dangling. You're just accepting where you are in this pose. So you're not pulling yourself down. You're not pushing yourself down. You just accept. Very important, because acceptance allows openness. You're feeling open in this pose. Of course, from the outside view, you're closing up. But the body does not dictate whether you feel open. That is a mindset that we're learning. So when you accept where you are, boom, you tap into openness. So when you're in the so-called real world, and you feel enclosed in a specific situation or a specific mindset, just accept, boom, you will feel open, which will allow you to have new thinking, new thoughts, and then you'll find your way out. If you feel enclosed, you'll stay enclosed. Feel open. So palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in. Push all the air out. Forehead's going to the knees. Get all the air out. And again, arch the back. Raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale. As you exhale, pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. Push all the air out. Again, arch the back, raise the head, inhale. Then exhale, push all the air out. Pull yourself in and down, forehead's going to the knees. Then arch the back, raise the head, inhale. And then exhale, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. Then we're going to do one more. Arch the back, raise the head, inhale. Then exhale, as you exhale, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. Once the air gets out, then release and just breathe. Just watch yourself breathe. Pull yourself in and down, but once you get settled, you accept. So in a way, you're no longer just pulling yourself in and down. You're settled in the pose. You're part of the pose. You just watch yourself breathe. Very important pose. Very simple pose. Palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. The low lunge, tuck the foot to the floor in the back. Knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. So to push it forward, back is arching, head is going up. Front knee's not over the toes. If it is, lengthen up some. And then just feel open. And you're focused 100% on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Let go of judgment. Do not judge yourself in the pose. Get in the pose, settle, and accept. Then just focus 100% on the breathing. Even if you're feeling like, man, I'm doing this pose perfectly, that's judgment. That's not what we're doing. So get rid of that. We want the mind and body to become one, which is yoga. It's becoming a form of a moving meditation. And we're going to go into the monkey. So curl the toes under in the back. Keep the knee to the floor. So right foot is lined up with the right shoulder. Left knee is lined up. I'm sorry, right shoulder. Did I say left foot? I don't know what I said. So right foot is lined up with the right shoulder, and the left side is lined up with the left shoulder. Arms go up, and you're reaching up. So you're really reaching up. Arms can go out or parallel. You look forward or up. Whatever you do, get the fingers as wide as you can. Middle fingers are pointing straight up, and you're reaching up. Then just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. And if you're wobbling, that's fine, because you're focused on the breathing. You're aware of the wobbling, but you're not focused on that. You are not the wobble. Weeble wobbles. They don't fall down. That shows you my age. I remember these things called Weeble wobbles. There was a commercial. I had some. I wish I would have kept them. I don't know where they are. So in this pose, your belly is engaged. So engage the abs. Don't hollow them out. Engage them. Reach up a little bit more. And then palms down to the front. You're going to go to high lunge. So the knee goes off the floor in the back. Just for a second or so. Then downward dog. Really, really push into the downward dog. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling. Heels are towards the floor or into the floor. No tension in the neck, so the head dangles. And you are pushing into this pose. But you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, and focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Then wherever you are, push a little bit more if you feel like you can. If you don't, then don't. Listen to yourself. We're doing yoga together. Don't listen to me. I'm not your guru. I'm not your leader. You're learning to be your own guru. So when I say something, you're like, no, I can't do it. Then don't do it. Listen to yourself. And that's an extremely important mindset that we're learning. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're in the so-called real world. You're listening to yourself. If you believe in God, you're listening to God. Then you're going to go to the plank. Get my stopwatch out. Now with the plank, abs are engaged. So you're not hollowing out the abs. You're not sucking the abs in. You're tightening them. Belly button's into the spine. My breathing's off today. I can hear myself breathing. I'm also in a hollow room. So in this pose, if you need to modify it, you go down to hands and knees, back, or you just go down to the knees where the back is straight. Wherever. Just accept, settle, and then just focus 100% on the breathing. Keep the abs engaged, but you're still breathing. Just because you're tightening the abs doesn't mean you don't breathe. Back to downward dog, pushing into it. Really, really, really push into it. Then you settle and you focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Now we're going to do the dolphin. So go down to hands and knees, down to the elbows, forearms, not the forearms, but down to the elbows, palms together, just like the downward dog, the same exact thing. So you can bring yourself up and back. Palms are together. And what you're doing is letting the head dangle, pushing the palms together as much as you can, and the shoulder blades are spacing out. So they're going to the sides of the mat. So they're spacing out, palms together, and you're pushing into it. Then you just settle. You're still pushing, but you're settled. So although you're pushing, you're kind of not pushing anymore. You're settled in that push. Push a little bit more. And then go ahead and release. Back hands and knees. Back to downward dog. Really push into downward dog. Downward dog should feel easier once you do the dolphin. It opens you up. You slide into the upper dog. Drop down to the knees and the chest. You slide up. Some people jump in that. I've seen people jump into it. That's a different type of yoga. This is a variation of the integral yoga. That's the yoga that I initially learned. Integral yoga, Satyananda, Swami Satyananda, Yogaville. I used to love going to Yogaville. Just day trip. I used to live in Virginia, so I just go over there. And you can modify this by going to hands and knees, doing the cow, or you go to small cobra, bring yourself up, and just do the best you can. Just let the mind and body connect. Then back to downward dog. You are pushing into the downward dog. And although you feel like, man, this is closing up, nope. The body does not dictate whether you are closed up. Because once you're settled, you accept. And that acceptance is the door that allows you to be open. Walk through it, boom, you're in the openness. That's why my breathing's off. I gotta clear my throat. A little bit more. Sorry. The one good thing is I'm glad I don't have a mic today. You will hear. So we're going to go the plank again. 1 minute plank. Abs are engaged. Belly button's going into the spine. Working those muscles that engage milliseconds before you make a movement. That's the truth, man. I don't know if it's the truth. I can't say it's the truth. It is science, though. They have determined that the multitifidus muscle and the transverse abdominis engage before you make a movement. Milliseconds before you make a movement, it anticipates your movement and engages. So that's what we're working. But you're also becoming one. So that stuff happens. And yoga is a process-oriented type of exercise. So you're focused on the process. All that stuff, all the health benefits and the physical benefits happen. That's not your goal. It might be your goal, but it's not your goal during the actual routine. Back to downward dog. Really push into it. The left foot is up between the hands into a low lunge. Finish with the phone. Now with the low lunge, stop the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, push it forward diagonally. Make sure the front knee's not over the toes. And feel lengthened. Lengthen up. And then open up. And here, your back can be straight, but it can be arched too. Arch the back if you like, or keep it straight. If you're straight, if your back is straight, can't speak. If your back is straight, reach out. Elongate the back. Yeah, have something right here. Sweat my breathing's off. I didn't think about that. I thought it was from me talking. That's part of it. When you teach yoga, you don't line up the breathing properly because you're talking. So you get the benefits of what you can. You're just accepting yourself in the pose. Then curl the toes under the back. Keep the knee to the floor. Left side, left foot lines up with the left shoulder. Right side, right knee, right foot lines with the right shoulder. Reach up. Keep the arms parallel if you like, or they can go out. You look forward or up, or whatever you do, get the fingers as wide as you can, reaching up. Abs are engaged. Focus on the breathing. Try to square up the shoulders. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Wherever you are, reach up higher. Remember, you focus 100% on the breathing. So if you're wobbling, you're aware of the wobble, but you are not the wobble. Even if you feel it in your legs, you're like, whoa, whoa. Doesn't matter. You're aware of it. You are not it. You're not the wobble. The weeble wobbles. Don't fall down. I wish I would have remembered that. Then high lunge. Remember the whole commercial. Weeble wobbles, don't fall down. I think that might be it. Standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Weeble wobbles, they don't fall down. I don't know what it was. Don't think about weeble wobbles. I'm telling you not to think about other things. Here I am thinking about a commercial from probably late 70s, maybe early 80s. Arms together, reach out, on the back. Inhale, exhale. Back to mountain pose. Now, we're going to do one more sun salutation. And what you're going to do is focus 100% on the breathing. 100% on the breathing. Only focus on the breathing. And you're going to follow the breathing. That focus will allow you to feel the poses, feel the stretch, feel the movements. But that's just your awareness of it. But you're focused on the breathing. So when we're going to go into a pose, we're going to open up, inhale. And when you close up in the next pose, you're going to exhale. Then you're going to inhale because you're opening up. And that's how the sun salutation works. It's opening up, closing up, opening up, closing up. So when you open up, inhale as much as you can. When you close up, exhale as much as you can. Focus 100% on the breathing. It all leads you through the poses. So you're in mount pose. Just settle. Watch yourself breathe. Palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, hinge forward from the lower back. Standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. Left leg is back. Inhale, opening up. Inhale as much as you can. Exhale, downward dog, pushing into it. Get all the air out. Inhale, upper dog. Exhale, downward dog. Get all the air out. Left foot is up between the hands. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Exhale, standing forward bend. Push all the air out. Get all the air out. Palms together. Reach out. Up and back. Inhale. Then exhale. And then back to mountain pose. Remember, in mountain pose, you're lengthening up, so the bones on top of each other, letting the skeleton stand as if you were just your skeleton. No muscle, no skin, nothing around it, just the skeleton standing. Find that spot. and just focus on the breathing. Remember, you're already breathing. So you're not controlling it. You're just watching it. So you're watching the belly go in and out as you inhale, exhale, or bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. Do not control it. What will happen, you'll start to control it, most likely. When you realize you're controlling it, let go and just watch it. And what will happen, most likely, is that you'll start to think about other things. And when you realize, hey, I've been thinking about other things and not my breathing, don't judge it. It doesn't matter. Just let go and continue to watch yourself breathe. And eventually, you'll realize you're the thing watching your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. So we're just going to stay a little bit longer. So watch yourself breathe. Open your palms together. That's it. That's number 171 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. So I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. Namaste, peace and love.